What's up, everybody? I just got home from work, and look what's on my doorstep. Addressed to Dr. Mike Sturm. That's me. I think there's some bow building in the very near future. If I have any guess as to what these are, I think it is a yew stave of beautiful Pacific Northwest yew, and what else? Vine maple. Alright, let's get these bad boys open and see what we got. Alright, this is gonna make a killer bow. This is a real nice piece of vine maple. Bark's still on. That's gonna be a pain in the butt to remove, but that's great. A little bit wider in the handle. Already pretty close to rough out. I get that down on heartbeat. We're good to go. As you can see, it's got real nicely dispersed reflex already. There's a thin spot here. I gotta be careful with that. Everything else looks good. We have a piece of deflex yew. It's really dense, really tight grain. We got lots of building to do. Alright, so here we have that vine maple stave I took out of the mailbox about, just before lunch. Here's what I've done with it. We have a 4-inch handle. We have 3-inch fades. These are going to be longer fades than I normally use. And I'm going off of Whalen from Swiftwood Bows vine maple modified American flat bow. I really like the way that looks, and I'm straight up biting that design. I had to modify things in mid-limb a little bit because I don't have 2 1/4 inches wide worth of stave to work with on this side. On this side I do. So we've got our center handle marked out. This is going to be 66 inches. I'm going to cut it off here and here. Last thing I do, again, 4-inch handle, 3-inch each fade. 2 of this is going to be working. 2 inches of each fade is going to be working. This comes out to 2 and a hair on this side for mid-limb, and at the midpoint, which is 15 3/4, it tapers out to 1/2 inch at the knock. And the knocks are going to be way tighter than this, skinnier. I mean, it just gives me a lot of room to work. Bulbous handle for now. We'll see. I always change my mind on handle, like as I'm almost done tillering. Same thing on this side, right? 2 and just a hair under 1/8 at 15 3/4, and this tapers down to 1/2 inch here. These rubber bands are something I'd like to talk about. I use these to hold the tape measure down. Anything with like natural reflex, anything that's not bored straight, is really hard to get the tape measure to stay where you want it. So I use the rubber bands to hold the tape measure down, and that's a really handy tip that was taught to me by the guy who taught me how to make bows. So yeah, I'm gonna get to chopping. Alright, as you can see, I got it fairly close to my lines. I'm going to finish these up with a rasp. This right here says no chop. When I opened this on that piece of video, I did mention that there's a thin spot right here. So I'm just going to leave that there and bring the rest of this down to kind of that thickness and use that as a starting point. There's still plenty of wood here. Not even bending, a little bit. Yeah, so I'm going to do the rest of this with a rasp. When I do hatchet work, I like to try and make this scenario where I bevel one edge, bevel another edge, and then I'll use either the hatchet or the rasp to kind of bring this down. And that, one, it helps keeps the edges rounded out, and two, it keeps you from really screwing things up. If you catch an edge here and it splits out, you can change the design a little bit of your bow, and you still got plenty of room to make up for your mistakes. If you catch down here and grain runs out, you end up having way too short of a bow, or something terrible happens. So yeah, I'll be back.